Today, I received a bird from the city of Bekasi to be trained in several performance tricks. There's a reason why this bird is being trained for tricks by its owner. Stay tuned to see how I train the bird for performances, as in this video I will share tips to help your bird quickly master the tricks. The bird we'll be training today is a blue monk parakeet, a very cute and affectionate bird. It has been raised since it was young by its owner, who truly adores it. A little story about this bird. It was originally trained for free flight by its owner, but an unfortunate incident occurred that made it difficult for the bird to fly as it used to. One of its wings was injured, resulting in a lack of strength when flapping, which made its flight unstable. As a result, the bird had to stop participating in free flight. Although the bird now has a limitation, that limitation does not stop it from becoming a smart bird. You can notice the difference between its two wings. One wing appears abnormal. Along with preparing the cage, I also placed several balls inside for the bird to play with. This is part of the process of getting the bird used to new objects, as it has never had toys in its cage before. In addition to the balls, I placed some wood for the bird to chew on, as parrots love to bite. This behavior helps keep their beaks in ideal shape. I also made sure to provide the bird's favorite food and water. I won't start training the bird immediately. Instead, I'll give it a few days to adapt to the new environment and to me, so it doesn't become stressed. The adaptation process might take 3 to 5 days, depending on the bird's character. It's important to remember that if the bird is unwell, it must be treated first. Only when it's healthy can training begin. Also, make sure to keep the bird away from anything that might frighten or make it uncomfortable, like other animals that could disturb it. After 4 days of the adaptation process, the bird seems comfortable, as seen from its active behavior and occasional vocalizations. When training a bird for performance tricks, you should start with basic tricks to ensure the bird doesn't struggle at the beginning. This also helps introduce the bird to new commands which are different from those used in free flight training. In free flight, the command is for the bird to come to you for food, whereas in trick training, the bird is commanded to perform an action first, then rewarded with food. In my training process, I train the bird 3 times a day. in the morning, afternoon, and evening. The total number of performance tricks to be trained for this bird is 10, as requested by the owner, with the tricks selected directly by the bird's owner. One important thing to keep in mind when training a bird for performance tricks is the equipment used for the tricks. The size of the equipment must match the size of the bird. It shouldn't be too tall, too short, too big, too small, or too heavy, as these factors greatly affect the bird's training process. How quickly the bird masters the trick depends on both the bird's character and the equipment used. So, we must be very wise in selecting the right performance tools for the bird. Besides determining the size of the performance equipment, you also need to choose a color that the bird likes, as sometimes birds are afraid of certain colors. This can significantly affect the training process or the success of the bird mastering the performance tricks we are teaching. The next tip is choosing the right material for the performance equipment, which is very important. Avoid using materials that are toxic, as this often happens due to poor choices in the coloring of the equipment. For example, using unsafe dyes on equipment that the bird will bite. Besides the color, the material of the performance equipment matters too. If the material is easily damaged by the bird's bites, the bird will focus more on destroying the equipment rather than the training process. This is because it's a parrot's natural instinct to bite things to wear down its beak. Additionally, parrots bite things as a way to understand or remember objects they see, and to assess how safe the object is. In addition to preparing safe and comfortable performance equipment for the bird, you also need to research the bird's character, as this is crucial for the training process. The success of your training depends on how you approach it. If you are diligent and patient while training, success will follow. It's also important to remember that if you encounter difficulties during training, you should think about how to simplify the process. You can research from various sources so you don't have to stick to just one training style. It's equally important to pay attention to any mistakes you make during the training process with the bird. Success in training a bird is influenced by your attitude. A positive attitude will have a positive impact on the bird, such as praising the bird when it successfully follows your command. This will encourage good behavior. On the other hand, if you act harshly when the bird makes a mistake, it will have a negative effect. Instilling discipline is also crucial during training, but it's equally important to pamper the bird outside of the training process. Pampering the bird is vital to make it feel comfortable around you, whether by giving it its favorite food, keeping the cage clean, playing with it, or even talking to it. Taking care of the bird's health is extremely important, as a sick bird will hinder the training process. Ultimately, success in training a bird is a bonus from the effort put into the training process. Sometimes, there are tricks that a bird simply won't do no matter how hard you try. Patience is key throughout the training process. A month has passed, and now it's time to return the bird to its owner. Sometimes, a sense of loss will arise when we truly care for them, and feelings of longing will come when we train with heart. Every training process brings valuable stories, lessons learned, and most importantly, the creation of something meaningful. So, for those of you who want to learn how to train birds, do it with heart. Enjoy every step of the process to gain its wisdom, and keep learning, always learning. Never tire of learning. Thank you to everyone who has watched this video. I hope it's useful to you and serves as an inspiration. Write in the comments what performance training tutorials you'd like to see next. Don't forget to follow Infinity Bird channel, where there will always be videos that will make your bird smarter and you more creative.